Hip-hop music has been with us for more than 20 years now. What most of us do not understand is how much it impacted American culture.
There's gonna be some stuff you're gonna see that's gonna make it hard to smile in the future.
From what I understand, rap music originated from kids, young people in the city who were doing the rap music as their own thing to, on street corners and playgrounds, just hanging out as a way to express themselves with their friends. And a lot of the stories that were being told in some early rap music are the stories of the kids' lives. And then it turned out that that was really popular, and a lot of kids out there wanted to hear stories from other young people.
America was quick to accept that style of music. Teens came up with creative ways to express the love for rap. Some examples are dance, art, and also making music of their own. In negative ways, but in also positive ways.
Rap music has totally changed American society, especially amongst young people. What ended up happening as time went on, we talked more about West Coast rappers that came along that were talking about their lives in really dangerous, poverty-stricken areas like South Central Los Angeles and Watts and Long Beach and those places where some of your really famous, like we talked about NWA and Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, they came out of places where they were telling their story that a whole lot of the country wasn't aware of. And I think it opened the eyes of a lot of people as to what was really going on in some parts of America that they just weren't even aware of. And for a lot of kids that never had experienced that before, it kind of opened their eyes to another part of the culture that was out there. And I think for a lot of middle-class kids, suburban kids, it was a shock, but it was something that they really found a way to identify with the things that were going on in their lives too.
Machiavellian is Illuminati all through your body. The blows like a 12-gauge shot.
I think there's a lot of positives in that. In my opinion, it's always good to see other people's perspectives. And I think that rap and hip-hop music was a way for the whole country to see other people's perspectives. Some of the negative things that I see that have come out of it, and it's been waves because obviously there are different styles, different types of music. Some that are more focused on, things like gangster rap that are more violent in nature. There are some that are more, celebratory and just party anthems, and there are other that are more storytelling, or some that are deep, talking about people's feelings or, long histories of things that have gone on. I think some of what I see as a negative with rap music, I think it comes from being a female, is that a lot of times some things in rap music portray women in a kind of negative light. And a lot of times different genres of rap music have really objectified women as being, sexual objects and not necessarily worth the same footing as a man. So I find that a little difficult to swallow. But then, there are other women rappers who have come along and have stated their position. So I think one thing that rap and hip-hop music does is it opens the dialogue. And a lot of times people come out with new songs in response to something that they heard from another artist that, really lit a fire under them. So I think it's opened a dialogue that didn't exist on a national level like that before, and now even on an international level.
It brought it on them to just express themselves, to speak their mind, regardless.
It gave them their voice, and to realize that other people were really interested in what they did have to say.
Yeah.
And I think obviously too the violence aspect can be seen as a negative, but I think that's something that is part of young urban culture, and that's why you see it reflected in rap music. There are a lot of people who are in the music industry now that maybe grew up in situations that were were violent, and there was a lot of conflict, and I think that some people have chosen to carry that over with them into their music career, and that's unfortunate. But I think there's also a lot of good that comes out of it. There are a lot of positive role models for young people. There are a lot of people who have become very successful and have gone back and contributed financially to the neighborhoods where they came from, or to the people who they knew before, and have put in a lot of stuff to begin foundations and stuff to help urban youth. So I think that's another positive, probably unintended effect that happened as rap music really grew.
Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, and the purple, and